yes, I love you. You're all my children. But for the nonce, stop playing that stupid game with the beer, how drunk you are machine. Everyone knows that I hold the record. 0.387, 8 free games. When one of you beats 0.4, let me know.
The yellow meter is 0.34.
0.34, piss weak. Police wouldn't even touch you. I've been driving around here 0.387 for years. That's, oh, fuck off. Waste of time, the police would say. You are very, very silly boys. You are not drunk enough to be blowing in that machine. The interesting thing on that machine, when you're under the limit, it says, have something more to drink and try again. Beautiful thing. Unfortunately, I took that advice to heart. Well, not me. Don't want you to get the idea that I'm a drunk. But I have the unfortunate occurrence of having a split personality, and the chap I share my body with is a fucking pisshead. Lucky for us, I'm the one who drives. Unfortunately, he's the one that blows in the bag. But we are not here to hear of how happy I am with alcohol and no license. Nor to hear how... Never mind. I'm not for some time going to talk about the court system in Australia. Not until they've forgotten that it was me. Then I shall talk a lot about it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here in this hotel to see the Doug Anthony All-Stars, I believe. But before we bring them on, I think we should do something which not many audiences do, not many performers do. A heckler just said we, I'm not sure how to respond to that. Should I say poo? No one knows. Ladies and gentlemen, I think a round of applause is in order. And it's for a dead bloke. We are sitting at the moment in a hotel. 4 walls. Chock-a-block with grog. Where did it come from? Here is my theory. Years ago, when Collingwood was profitable and arable farmland, and the blocks were quite a bit bigger than they are now, a farmer who was very, very thorough, and in fact had turned his farm into a self-perpetuating machine, had nothing to do, obviously, but got up at sun-up and went to bed with the sun, or with the chickens, as we say in the country, or with the wife, as we say when we get married. Sorry about that, I just thought of that, I'm sorry I said it. The chap in Collingwood went out into his top paddock and started to put a structure together of stones and blue stones. And at lunchtime, his wife came out with a cup of tea, said, "What the bloody hell are you doing?" He said, "I don't know. I'm building something." I said, "Why? We've got a house and a barn." I said, "Yes, but somehow I feel that this will be useful later. I'm going to build a 2-story place with 2 toilets and one bit of it that's just absolutely chock-a-block of grog. And I'm going to put a PA in it." His wife said, "What's a PA?" He said, "I don't know, I haven't built it yet. But I'm sure young people will enjoy it. And it's so bloody nice to see so many young people and quite a few of the older folk, or younger folk with not much hair. Sorry. I was going to call you older folk, right? With Let's face it, though, you will sit up the front with no hair. Ladies and gentlemen, after we have thanked the farmer, no, while we are thanking the farmer who built this hotel, let us also thank the Doug Anthony All-Stars!
By the rivers of Babylon, where we sat down. You guys are the best dressed here. Weary, remember Zion.
Hi, we're the Doug Anthony Household Big Time Show Band! And of course, we have a big hand for Anthony Morgan! My tax old 10 don't need to shout, said that's my name. Hey, you see me here, I'm burning hot. I'm a juicy hamburger, I got the lot. I got a bone on the sides of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. There's only one thing, I want your sex.
My name is Tricky Ricky, if the situation's sticky, then I'm your man, I got a plan, I used to be a bricky. I used to make a tall, but a trip and joke. Can't use my arm, cause the damn thing's broke. Rocket, Tricky Ricky, gonna rock it to the left. Rocket, Tricky Ricky, gonna rock it to the right. Alright.
Hey, my name is Paul, I'm the best of all, cause I'm in your face like a can of mix. I'm a groove lick, love child, king of the verse. You mess with me, Lord, you're leaving a hearse.
What? So great God, your God.
Nothing God is a mealy mouth God, is a weak ass God. My God is a real tough God, a straight line God is a good old boy. Your God drinks peach nectar, eats full fruit, comfort out loud. My God, I'm wrestle Khrushchev. 1, 2.
Eats meat, but with pride. Hey, hey, commies for Christ.
Hammers and sickles and the word,
Not flesh,
steel.
commies for Christ.
Cause he's the man who carved the land and made us steel.
Commies for Christ.
I'm having a sexual fling with a red under my bed.
Boom, boom.
Drank too much old wine.
It's blown off half my head. Take more, take Christ, take drugs, na 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 na, take Christ, take drugs. My God
is a vengeful God, is sesame to mill and kills for the fun of it.
Repetition, yo, yo, your God.
Been around for too long, can't get down. He's an aging
Hippie, skippy. God, hey, commies for Christ.
Go get some long knives to
Carve up these loaves and fish. Commies for Christ.
Support the cause or else
Someone could get vicious. Commies for Christ, sake for Christ, sake for Christ's sake.
Cause he's the word you've heard,
The truth, the light, the way. Bum, bum.
my God ain't risen. Cause he's sleeping in today.
Hey, take Mark, take Christ, take drugs. Na 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 na, Mark, take Christ, take drugs. Jesus rocks the Kremlin, baby, commies for Coca-Cola juice. Starting with on the far left there, my very good friend, Mr. Elvis Kafka.
Since my cockroach left me. Hey, you read the book. I'd like to sing a little short song for you now. It goes like this. Oh, I'm just a girl who can't say. Oh, I'm just a girl who can't say.
And in the middle, the pulchritudinous, perspicacious Mr. Ringo Sartre.
Thanks for the response. Existential is rock and roll. Come into the boudoir, Simon. People, tonight you can call me Saddle Nose, because this is not made for comfort. It is made for speed. Hopefully at some point in the evening tonight, I will be discussing with you people Cartesian logic and the songs of Neil Diamond. Now, I'll just give you a quick snippet of what you can expect now. Cartesian logic, the songs of Neil Diamond. I am, I said, I think I am, therefore I said, I think, therefore I am. Thank you very much.
I'm Richard, but the guys in the group have given me the name of Warren. War and Peace.
Get fucked, that's a big joke. That's a big joke.
I'm gonna go and
watch the Cosbys or something. Don't all leave at once. A short time ago, I had the great honour and privilege to win a wet drop strap competition in Queensland. And for a prize, I was given a night of ballroom dancing with Russ Hinds and also a day of surfboard riding with him as my board. Russ is, of course, an incredible creature to meet. About 3 years ago, he had his knees stapled because he couldn't hold himself up, so his knees had these staple braces. Then he had his stomach stapled because his knees still couldn't hold him up, and now with the Fitzgerald inquiry, it looked like the government's going to sort of staple his throat for a short time. Keep him quiet, but it was a wonderful experience dancing with Russ, and it's really affected me. He touched me in ways that I can't describe. The lights are low, the dance is so slow. I go to Jelly with my arms round his belly. He squeezes me tight, my heart is palpitating. I'm doing my best to stop suffocating. Well, some like heavy petting, but with Russ it's heavy sweating. With Russ as your crooner, who needs a tuna? Oh, waltzing with Russ is like fishing, Frank Ring. It reminds me of ox tongue and Suffolk in the spring. Suffolk in the spring. He's a man with a mission, and there is no doubt that Russ knows his racehorses inside and out. He's a combine harvester with wild oats to sow. Just don't tell Joe that Russ goes with the flow. Oh, waltzing with Russ is like passing Frank Ring. It reminds me of Dunbeetles and Bristol in the spring. Yes, waltzing with Russ is like eating pork terrine. There's you and the pig, and lots of fat in between. There's you and the pig, and lots of fat in between. Rushy boy! Oh, well, I'm just going to quickly take this opportunity to do what they do in the Lido in Paris. All their teeth are loose, because they're all smiling like this. And they all have breasts hanging out and they walk around like this. Oh, gorgeous. Excuse me.
Each of us in the group has an outstanding physical characteristic, you probably already guessed that. And in Paul's case, it's got to be his lips.
Wow, powerhouse introduction there.
Yeah, wait, you there?
Okay.
You there? Good, show for it, Paul.
Yeah, fuck off, McFly. Okay.
Hello, hello.
I don't know how many people there tonight know, but I was actually born and raised in Tangawarra. Get fucked, you bastards. It's a little country town top of New South Wales. I used to live there with my folks, mum and dad. We used to run a cantaloupe station. Had about 2,000, 3,000 head of cantaloupe. Frisky buggers when they get away from them. And I had a little cousin there, used to live with us as well, but I couldn't stand that little bugger. It's because he was a malignant tumour. That's what they mean when they say a cousin twice removed. Because he was removed once from the dog's malfunctioning prostate, right? But he came up as this annoying lump in my mother's throat. In that way he was sort of similar to my father, because Dad often came up as this annoying lump. Memories for you too there. And I learned a special skill in Tangawarra. At the age of 15, I taught myself this skill. At the age of 16, I won a contest in Tangawarra and became the world's greatest kisser. And it's a skill I'd like to share with some of the younger members of the audience here tonight. I'm wet and I'm moist, so come on, let's rejoice. And the birds, the bees, the fillies, and the calls. The fact that we are all young adults. Hi, baby. And lie back on your couch. After this, there'll be no doubt. I don't care if you're a miss or a missus. You done been squelched by the world's best kisses. Ho, ho, sit up straight and pout. I'll suck your face until I pull your whiskers out. My tongue's so grand. Call me more than friend. One kiss from this, you'll never brush your your teeth again. And you know it's true. Well, go back to your husband now. Tell him you done broke your vow. Stand proud and say, hey, mister. I've just been kissed by the world's best kisser. Ho, ho, sit up straight and bow. I'll suck your face until I pull your molars out. A tongue so long, it really grows and grows. Put it in your mouth and it'll clean out your nose. Don't give me any lip. I've only kissed one girl before, my grandma on the kitchen floor. She dribbled and grinned and said, hey kid, you taught me things your grandpa never did. She added there'd be hell to pay if Ma found out we'd gone astray. So hurry boy, go and get some sleep. You finally got a skill to teach the sheep. Pucker up. These lips are strong enough to stop a truck. A tongue so long, it really packs a punch. One kiss from this and I'll know what you had for lunch. One kiss from this and I'll know what you had for lunch. Yesterday.
The applause so far has been quite good, but perhaps we could go a step further with you people here tonight. Perhaps those boys there. Now.
You boys. Smack on the bottom if you continue. Promise, lad.
And will you come back tomorrow night, Tony? Let's take the trousers done.
Yeah, I think that Richard's quite right. I don't think the response has been Paul's beer is certainly responding. I don't think that the response has been really tip-top shape. I don't think it's been
don't hold back, mate. Look, Sunday night, so we've all been to mass. We're feeling a bit down. Who gives a fuck right now? Huh? You do this properly, or you piss off, as far as I'm concerned. Now these shitheads over here are bringing everyone down, huh? But you people, and you know this is true, can put a lot more into that response. It's not go in peace or bullshit like that. You put a lot more into it, or you get out. Certainly would. Yeah. Hey, who's the winner in this discourse at the moment, lad?
We get paid for being dickheads on stage, right?
I think what Scarlett and Ashley are trying to say is that we could be giving a lot more of ourselves tonight. And I think we can really try something. How about we just try, just for a few seconds, clapping our hands and nodding our heads with great authority. Just like, we all look so clever and colonial when we do that somehow, don't we? Like, we'll try something else now. How about we'll all clap our hands, because that's great, that unites. That's 17,000 people who are here this evening. I'm talking about Collingwood as a whole, really.
And it is one.
Okay, what we're going to do is we'll all clap our hands, but we'll also say a word that says anything about ourselves, something nice, a word that symbolises our families and our environment. Paul, pick a word we can say when we clap. Anything, doesn't it? More. It fits. Okay, let's do it. Here we go, clapping and the word more, okay?
Don't do that, people. You go rushing off like that, someone's going to trip over, smash their head on the parquet floor, there'll be blood. Think about someone else for a change, please. Huh?
Thank you, Mr. Stinky. Here we go now. On my mark. Mark. Go!
asked you to do something then, and we asked you very politely to do something quite simple. Huh? And you've responded by spitting in our collective face. Now, as far as I am concerned, Timothy, myself, and the guitarist... Settle down. Settle down. You boy ran my office 5 minutes. As far as I'm concerned, unless your attitude here changes dramatically within the next couple of minutes, you can sit around here till 12 o'clock at night trying to make your own bloody entertainment.
Yeah.
Listen, I think what Clark and Vivian are trying to tell everybody is that we've all let ourselves down. You're wondering who they are. We've all let ourselves down.
Which is which?
I don't give a damn, really.
Down this evening, but I saw Top Gun on the deluxe bus the other day, and I was really impressed by a scene at the end, and I reckon we can do the same, give ourselves a second chance. You see, Tom Cruise is sitting inside this bar, and he's playing pool, well, actually standing in the bar playing pool, and they've got "You Lost That Love and Feeling" in the background, and he's given up the Air Force, he's just thrown it in, because he just can't stand it anymore, and he's holding on too tight, he's just holding on too tight, so he's given it all in just before he's about to graduate, and his girlfriend comes in, and she says, "Yeah, so you're here, well that's just great. So you're just gonna throw it all in, you're just gonna give it all up? Well, you're maybe known as a great fighter, but you're also known as a really good queer, just like your father." I've seen many scenes like that in just about every TV program from the States I've ever seen. But I reckon we can do the same for ourselves now. Let's not be quitters. Let's not be Tom Cruises. Let's be up there with the birds. Let's lift ourselves up where we belong. Here we go now. 1, 2, mark. Go!
We'd just like that sort of response after every song, please.
We have to do a song now. It's one of the first times I've ever done it. It makes punk rock look like it never ever happened.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Summer loving happened so fast.
I met a girl crazy for me.
I met this girl, cute as can be.
Summer's on, something's begun, but all those summer nights. Well, tell me more, did you get very far? Tell me more.
Like did she have a car? Yeah.
She drove by me in her sedan.
I got a cramp.
She saved my life, I nearly drowned.
Then she showed up, splashing around.
Summer days drifted away, but all the summer nights. Well, tell me more, did your eyes show in sight?
Tell me more, did she put up a fight? Yeah.
We went bowling in the arcade.
Well, we went strolling and drank lemonade.
And we laid out under the dogs.
We stayed up till 12 o'clock.
Summer flame don't mean a thing, but all the summer nights. Well, tell me more, did it work out all right? Tell me more.
Yeah, I brought her tonight. I brought my girlfriend as well. That's great. Wow. What does she look like? She's great. She's got this little sort of French beret on her head. And she's got like this blonde hair in a sort of salt and peppery sort of coiffed over the front there, and this really daggy sort of 60s shirt. She's holding onto her friend Peter at the moment.
That's nice.
Stonewashed jeans too,
Daisy does the same. She loves wearing those berets.
She's got the same clothes on.
Everything.
Even if they wear the same clothes, they get along like a house on fire.
Oh, where is she then?
Oh, she's just sitting right there.
That's my girl, Paul.
No, that's Lee. That's my girlfriend, mate. Lee and I had a great time at the Garden of Eden caravan park in Maroonbula. 2 months ago. It was great.
What's this Lee stuff, Paul? What's this Lee stuff? Jane, talk to me. Remember Paris? I gave you my vowel, Jane.
What are you talking about? That's bloody Curtis. Curtis, he's a football player. He and I were on the team together. Janie! Lee! Curtis?
It took 7 hours to write that joke.
It turned colder. That's where it ends. So we told him we'd still be friends.
No fucking way, no way. No. That woman's a fruitcake. She's deceived 3 of us, you know? It's like watching Sybil in front of you.
It does look like about 6 people dressed you this evening. By the way, did you get it on one ticket or was it a group booking? I can forgive you, Sybil. I can forgive you.
Well, if you can forgive her, mate, then you're a bigger man than I am. Oh, songbird.
Well, when I was a little kid, my mother and father took me over to Tokyo, Japan, and they threw me out of a speeding bullet train for a joke. Actually, my mother died a couple of nights ago. Well, a couple of days have elapsed. I can laugh about it now, of course. But there I was, standing in the middle of the downtown Tokyo forest, and I was wondering how I could occupy myself. And I was befriended by a wonderful person whose name is, of course, Ishuko Asaka Tabamoto-san. He's a very famous Japanese classical guitarist and part-time balloonist. And he or she taught me something very special. It's a few little tricks with a rubber glove here. It's something I brought home and I taught to the guys. And when we were staying with my parents, we were playing around with the glove in the kitchen, and they were saying, "Oh, stop it, get out, don't." Timothy. And I'm trying to go, Timothy. My father says, "Hey. I'll keep up the date. Hey. I'll kick off the day. He's only got one joke, my father. Gee, Ma, ain't here, big bastard. How many times I told him not to say the word ain't? Get it? Ain't, little bastard. Timothy, you with me? You're a comic. Anyway, we're sitting there. Every afternoon we practice this. And they just say, don't, stop it. Hey. They were always in a bad mood because the dog kept beating them with Scrabble. But here we are. I'm going to give you a couple of impersonations now. The first one, here we go. I know. I'll start with this one.
Impersonation of a well-known farmyard animal.
It's cryptic.
It's a
Cow. Very good. The barking didn't fool you one bit.
Fuck off with the camera! Fucking do that again, you're out.
Paul meant that in the nicest possible way.
That's what we call rapport. Okay, Mr. Russell Hinds waving goodbye to his girlfriend. Ronald Reagan's final moment. And now. Esther Williams. And now something that went down really well when I did it in Tokyo Club 9. Mainly because of its visual qualities, I suspect. The human lung.
Ladies and gentlemen, the human lung.
Under there for longer than 3 hours, he dies.
Very quick impersonation here of a lobster.
Fungus. When I can say fungus, I'll go and do fungus.
Look, I'm really sorry the way I flew off the handle at you a second ago. If you want to get the camera ready, we'll do some photos for you.
Yeah.
Sorry about this. Come on, please. Camera
camera, please.
Please do it now. Come on. Just what?
There was no filming.
Oh, very Warhol.
Oh, fuck that then! You go out of your way to be nice to someone who's complete shit! Run out of film.
Be quiet, Steve.
Who? Us? Are you from Amsterdam or something? She's noticed you're not getting in.
You could have just used the flash, you know? You could have just helped us a bit.
You could have pretended. You could have just played pretendies with the camera. I was sitting up this morning and I jolted straight up. And I thought, Jesus Christ, where's all the money going? Where's all our money going? And I became really worried about it. I flicked through newspapers. The money's just vanishing. It's just disappearing. We've never had so much wealth in the West. Japanese economy is just booming. We've got all this money, but there's less food on the plate. There's less money for the poor. Less money for the unemployed pensioner dole-bludging scum. Where is all the money going? We know where it's going now. We worked out where it's going, didn't we, fellas? We worked out where it's going. All the money's going to operas. Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't laugh because think about it, people. Huge government-funded operas touring the world at our expense. Joan Sutherland gets 15 grand every time she opens her mouth on a public stage of our money. This money should be going to the homeless and the Cat Protection Society and the Pacific Hotel and to Paul McDermott, a good friend of mine. Now we've developed a technique to take the money away from the operas and give it back to the people where it belongs. I've got the communists in here this evening, very nice. We're going to give you a short example now. It's a piece based upon the great works of the great 20th century writers. Camus, Ginsberg, Kerouac, Burroughs, Stallone, the list goes on. It's a 4.5-minute representation of the greatest opera ever written about the greatest story ever told.
Jesus Christ, superstar. What's the best? Tell me what's happening. What's the best? Tell me what's happening. What's the best? Tell me what's happening. What's the best? Tell me what's happening.
Put away your sword. Don't you know that it's all over? Oh, it was nice, but now it's gone. Why are you obsessed with fighting? Stick to Islam from now on.
He is dangerous. Good Caiaphas, the council waits for you.
The Pharisees and priests are here for you.
What's there to do about this Jesus mania?
How do we deal with a Calvinist king?
How can we deal with a man who is bigger?
And John was when John did his baptism.
Fools! You have not the mistakes they are gambling on, practically high. We must crush him completely. So like the before him, Jesus must die. Must die, must die. This Jesus must, Jesus must,
Jesus must.
Only a quiet crowd. Nothing can be done to stop their shouting. But if Christ, if every tongue was still, the noise would still continue. For the church of the would start to sing. Climb every mountain. Pull every quest. You know I love you. Did you say I waved? I believe in you and God, so tell me that I'm saved.
What more do you need to convince you that you made it and you're easily as strong?
You said that because I'm
and
God.
still coming to rape our country and who've terrorized our livestock for so long.
I'll get the power and the glory, baby, forever and ever, and Johnny Glenn. See my eyes, I can hardly see.
See my head, I can hardly walk. Ooh.
I believe in miracles. Way from you sexy thing, you sexy thing. I don't know how to love him, what to do, how to move. He's a man. He's just a man. And I've had so many men before in very many ways. He's just one more. He is dangerous. Come protesting, forget your excuse. says they want information, get up on the floor. I don't want your blood money. This isn't blood money, it's a fee, nothing more.
Okay then.
You'll find him in Gethsemane. Oh shit! No one's gonna baptize their baby Judas now.
Look at all my trials and tribulations.
Oh, stuff's a real bad man.
In a gentle full of wine. Hey, Jude. Full of wine. Here we go, here we go. Judas, must you betray me with a kiss? Richard! Let me try to cool down your face a bit. Let me try to cool down your face a bit. Let me try to cool down your face a bit. Let me try to cool down your face a bit.
Madam Turin! Say it's a fake.
The 39 lashes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 39.
Eyelashes, yes, it's no, that'd be painful.
Brilliant. Get it? Oh, that joke goes over really well in television. Judas. Judas again. Come to me, Jesus Christ. You have been brought here. By your own people, do you have the fist anyway? You deserve Where is your kingdom? Look at me, am I a Jew? You've got to pick a pocket or a tool. Listen, I don't like where this is going at all. For the last 2,000 years, the mob mentality in this group has not changed one bit. As far as I'm concerned, if we're going to go through all this crap again, that's it. Story's over, the end, the end.
Oh,
You said you'd do it, mate.
Yeah, I know. What's your fucking find out the last minute?
Yeah, but don't be embarrassed. I don't want to do this.
I reckon you people have paid a fair amount of money to see Tim go up. What do you think?
Yeah, but... You want to see the nails go into flesh, do you not?
What did you say?
No, take Barabbas, take Barabbas!
Vowel sounds, they're very important.
Well, bring it out here, smart ass! Back and that's all we've got to make with you. Oh, that really stung! Oh, be careful! Ow, ow. So you're a pack of bastards. I was going to open up an orphanage chain. Peter! 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 I can see your place from here. Oh, come on, it was a new joke then. Father! Father! Pops! Into your hands I commend my spirit. Oh, I'm putting on my crown of thorns, dusting off my loincloth, hammering my nails. Whoa, thank you. Give me the interval, Anthony Morgan is going to be doing the thing. Anthony, order! You see this one,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, again, once again, at the same hotel that the farmer built before. to see the boys, the Doug Anthonys, on the Thursday. And they reminded me with that last little bit that they just did of something that I used to do 6 years ago, 7 perhaps. And I couldn't remember why I'd stopped doing it. I'm just about to do it again. Suddenly it's come back to me. Why I had stopped. I've sort of committed myself now. So I'm going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to prove to you that this chap, Jesus Christ, whose birthday we're all about to celebrate by praying to Santa Claus, was in fact greater than Superman. It was more than a magic human being. He was from somewhere else. This can be easily proved by the fact that they crucified him, as the boys so graphically described, and he said on the cross, "Forgive them, Father, they know not what they do." It's a pretty fucking big statement for mine. Now the way I'm going to prove this to you, I think there's no argument that I am a mere mortal. I've taken my shoes off, I have to adjust the microphone down a bit again. Could be said to be something less than a mere mortal. The merest o' mortals, perhaps. I'm going to simulate crucifixion on myself. Mate, I had my shoes off long before you thought to go, "Oh." And everyone else thought, "I wonder if his feet smell." Well before you even said "poor." And the smell hasn't even wafted over that way yet. It will, though. Now, we will be simulating the crucifixion, not with nails, obviously, because if I nailed myself up, or off, nailed myself off, that would be very hard. Nailed myself off, up. Oh, I'm stuck with it now. Let's just call for tonight, let's call up, off. He's got a sewing needle, man. I'm not afraid to use it. Just ask yourself, has he got 4 sewing needles? 5. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall... placing the sewing needles in the approximate position. Now, if anyone's a bit squirmish about sewing blood, I'd advise that you don't watch this bit because it doesn't hurt that much, but quite often heaps of blood piss out, especially if I hit a major artery. Unfortunately, there's not too many in the feet. This is what I remembered. Ow! What I will... And wouldn't you know it, that's not in far enough. Yes, you can pay a vast amount of money to get a Chinese doctor to do this to you. This fleet, he's as far away from me as he can get at this stage, I would say. Oh. Does anyone know what it feels like? Oh. Oh, that's the most shocking thing. You push and push and push and it doesn't move and then it goes in. Acupuncture does work. work. I can't move this leg anymore. Ow! Oh, I've got an inner muscle and it's... Oh. When I squeeze the muscle, it goes... I won't take that one. Crikey, we nailed up our saviour, didn't we? Didn't bloody squirm when we read about that in Sunday school. Drew fucking pictures of him with blood pissing out of him. I certainly did anyway. It was a particularly graphic experience. That's all, Drew. A picture of Jesus. Mine was a bloody wreck. Okay. Ow! Had it upside down. Don't say that too often because people start to believe it. And I like to do the killing myself, the funny comedy, killing myself and rising from the dead routine. I'm not that, good. What I'm going to do, is when I finish simulating this crucifixion, I think that's fine. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to then pretend that you bastards did this to me. And then I'm going to ask my father to forgive you. Now, not many people know this, but they didn't put the nails in through here, but through here. Because if you put them in through here, they just rip out, and you just would have had a lot of Jews just sort of flopping about and not dying properly. I just would have waved, and possibly the other Jews would have said, "What a bloody good act that is." Isn't that nice to put all those people up there now? We're just missing the major ones. Yeah. Bring him in here. Oh. It helps being a junkie in the past. So, my dad's a glazier, by the way, and glazier has a particularly pessimistic point of view. I think it comes from dealing with large chunks of glass overhead. That's fairly in, isn't it? And unfortunately, also, my dad has an answering machine. And so we might not get through to him straight away. Ask him to him. It's the most shocking thing. I don't know what possessed him to buy it. I mean, it's far better if you ring up and no one's home. And if you ring up and he says, "This is John Morgan. I'm not home at the moment. Please leave a message, your name and telephone number, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you." And here's the beep. It's a bit better when he talks himself. That much better. Oh, crikey, this looks a bit dodgy. I'm just going between two ones that are sticking up and hoping there's not one underneath there. Never find it when I was a fucking... Yeah, well, you never can you? The minute you're trying to put something good into yourself, they dive for the bone. Snake-like for the bone. Oh, that one's coming at a strange angle. I hope it's... Which one? No, there's been no blood though. I mean, it's been a pretty bloodless sort of act so far. You gonna stay, Rob? Yes, I would rather be doing that than this. Well, I just wish I had one more limb that I could carry those things in. Now, I shall be pretending that you have just done this to me. Then asking my father, the glazier, who every time he plays golf worries about the fact that he might hit someone with a golf ball and he's not insured for such things. Give you a bit of an insight into his character. I shall ask him to forgive you for doing this to me. Meanwhile, you two Romans may gamble over my jacket. There's a little bit Jesus here. That hurts my shoulders. You've got a bit of a it's shocking with such arthritic shoulders to be fucking crucified. So, oh no, I can't put my hands up there. It hurts. Oh no, please, no. Can I be crucified on a diamond? Would have given it a go anyway. Worked at the Port Melbourne course. But we're not talking about this for some time yet. Seen it before. How badly would you need to go to the toilet? A bloke crucifies himself. They'll just miss it. Even if it's shit house, and I know it is, when they come out, just applause like fucking mental cases. And when they say, whoever's their friends, if they've got them, when they say, what did he do? Say, oh, I'm not telling. Right? All right. Forgive me, Father. Forgive them. They know not what they do. Wow. You cruel bastard. I think you'll find a Catholic comedian doing this for a living. I didn't carry that. Dad? Dad? They, looks bad, Matt. But they're just stupid old people. No, I just told them the truth and about peace, love and that, mate. You know, the natural reaction was to nail me to a they don't feel like I reckon I love them and that. Fuck the dead! Kill them! Kill them! Blood the fucking planet again! Lucas, anything! Thanks very much. He's back on stage. I'll see you later.
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Except as well, she's a juggler. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, we're back! And a big hand for Anthony Morgan. He'll be coming back once we finish to do the two thieves. We should be very excited. You know, a short time ago we were sitting around in a pub in Belfast in the Republic of Ireland. We were discussing a terrible war, Evelyn War, that's been raging in Ireland for so long now. And it's a war basically between two religious factions, the Hare Krishnas and the Muslims. Now so far the Hare Krishnas have been beating the Shiite out of the Muslims. But things are changing, you know, we got picked up and whisked off by a very rare and very dangerous Irish Hare Krishna hill tribe. Irish Hare Krishnas, they do exist. Bhagwan and Bigora, the whole bit. And they're lovely people, and they taught us the path of love, compassion and truth. I mean, why can't we all be like the Americans? Stupid, but happy.
Set 'em up, break them down, pass the cup around. It's the lust we will share for quite some time. I've shaved my head, wear a dress, I've left my pony wide. I've got Krishna riding shotgun on the stagecoach of my life. My sweet Lord Rama Rama got my ticket to Nirvana. It's a commune just left of county court. Share a pint with me, Lord Shiva, as we read the Bhagavad Gita. I'll have Krishna riding shotgun on the stagecoach of my life. Hey, of my life. Well, I used to be a cattle prod for Jesus, and L. Ron Hubbard took me in some too. I was a moody, loved Charles Manson, but they are not as handsome.
But maybe, Roman,
as the Godhead whose skin is shining blue. My sweet Lord Rama Rama got my ticket to Nevada. It's a commune just left of county court. Share a pint with me, Lord Shiva, as we read the Bhagavad Gita. In time, I'll have Krishna riding shotgun on the stagecoach of my life. Hey, of my life. Hurry, hurry, ha, hooray! I chant it every day with my virtue tucked proudly in my lap. And I pray all night to Krishna.
wanna buy a book, mate?
Cause he's a damn good listener.
How about a free haircut?
And he never, ever, ever answers back. My sweet Lord Rama Rama got my ticket to Nirvana. It's a commune just left of county court. Share a bite with me, Lord Shiva, as we read about the guitar. Richard Krishna riding shotgun, stagecoach of my life. Hey, of my life. Good on you, Dick Lane. You've done it again, haven't you? Good on the right. You're not going to handle people there. They're throwing me up. You're stressing me. Richard, concentrate. Get out. You're sick as shit tonight, mate.
Chick, don't use language.
What are we meant to do? Sign the whole night, are we? Take that sign home. And when Irish eyes are trying
to make the pommies pay, we'll get Krishna and his shotgun to join the IRA, the IRA, the IRA. Hooray!
Tim Special, part of the show. Take it away, Tim.
Yeah, now listen, I'm going to do a piece for you now. It's a very tough piece, a very hard piece of comedy. I think it's a piece that really only Australians could appreciate. I tried it in Tokyo. The audience did not understand it. I tried it in New York. The audience at the end got up and just walked out. I was sitting there and I thought I could try it at Prince Patrick. Just the first time I'm going to do it. It's a very tough piece. I don't compromise with this at all. I'll tell you that right now. I do not compromise. I think it's a piece that's really on the edge of comedy, sort of on the edge of being funny, really. We'll go down into the annals of comedy. What we're going to do is, I'm going to do the piece, but if it gets too much for you, I'll give you a little loophole. You can all say the word stop together, okay? Just practice that. 1, 2, 3. Stop! Okay, yeah. Now that will be a skill that will really come in handy as the piece goes on, I'm sure you'll find. But basically, the rule is, there's a young man over there who didn't say stop, And in the real situation, I just keep on going. You understand? So everybody has to say stop, or I'll just barrel on. I really don't care.
Sit next to shit.
You're right. Okay. Peace, uncompromising, tough and hard, is called Sheep Odyssey. 2010 kilometres. You see, I walked into this bar, and I walked up to the bar, and I said to the barmaid, "Hey, can I have a beer, please? Actually, you better make that a cider, lamb." And I said to the bloke next to me, "I'm pissed, you're pissed, she pissed." He said, "What?" There's a young man down there sitting on the sofa. "Oh," he said, "I'd have to pick up a bit hard of shearing." I said, "I find that very hard." He said, "Don't get them all together. It has to be spontaneous." 1, 2, 3, yeah, well, I think well, option there. There are some really good jokes in that, like, Marie, no! You know, when I was 6 years old, I used to date a pedophile. I think the best thing about going out with a pedophile is they always make you feel a little bit younger, don't they? I remember the first time I met Daryl, he just walked up to me and made me an offer I couldn't understand. But I think I'd like to share with you now the last thing he ever gave to me.
Yeah, sorry. I reckon, that's gone far enough. There are enough paedophiles in our society at the moment without a program with a bit of responsibility, a station. Channel 9 at the moment is doing it, and it's upset me. There's a petition down the back if people want to sign it. We've been talking to Darren Hinch about this. There's going to be a program on it next week. Channel 9 is irresponsibly showing at 4 o'clock each afternoon a program called Come On Kids. Now, I don't know how the rest of you people feel about this. I reckon it's wrong. It's not something to laugh at. There's a petition, so I just go down the back of that time.
Thanks, Paul. A bit of social conscience. And all this beautiful material. I'd like to share with you now the last thing that Daryl, actually the second last thing Daryl ever gave to me. Time to get better. It's a little song. My boy, lollipop, oh, you make my heart go beep.
That was the last song that Andy Gibb ever did.
The government and Jesus being crucified, but Andy Gibb is too precious to be respected.
Don't touch Andy. Don't touch Andy.
I can see we brought the Andy Gibb fans out this evening in full strength. I thought your collars were a bit long. The trousers starting to balloon at the bottom slightly. The faint odour of shit and incense in the corner there.
Just very quickly now, I'm going to do a couple of pieces. The first is a playwriter's joke. Okay, it is a playwriter's joke. That means that 60% of the people in this room right now will not understand it. It's, in fact, the last song that Joe Orton ever heard, sung to him by his good friend and part-time lover, Mr. Kenneth Halliwell. The last song Joe Orton ever heard. If I had a hammer... Right, I just got to go straight on now and do a performance art joke. It is a performance art joke. It was compiled from material on a Burroughs and Bukowski compilation released in New York City in 1978 entitled Bird Noises, and is Miss Laurie Anderson approaching orgasm. A new word for you, son. And so on for about 5 hours.
Guys, look, I prepared a song tonight to do, if you wouldn't mind, I'd just like to do it tonight. Sure. Mind? Sure, no, that's great.
Yeah, go for it. Big stuff.
I wasn't doing anything.
Give him a break, okay? No heckles, please, from anyone in the audience. Go for it, Rich, be free.
Okay.
Stage is yours, mate, all yours.
Well, I'd like to do this song.
Do whatever you want, mate.
I'd like to do this song to help me break out of the shell that I've been living in for the past 3 years. Hopefully through doing this song I'll be able to meet new and interesting people like yourselves. And I'll be able to leave Michelle behind
I'll be able to break out of Rochelle. But at times I feel quite sad because well, Rochelle's the only girlfriend I've ever had. And she's pretty mad at me. I want to go out till late at night, want to go out and get pissed, get drunk, want to come home in a garbage bag, want to come home all covered in shit, want to come home and...
Say it, Rich, it's a good line. It says a lot about you.
Don't laugh it up.
Come home and slash my wrists. Don't want no trendy punks. Don't want no fascists. Just want to have fun. 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 I want to be really, really bad. Pick up chicks and make them sad. I get Phil Collins, kick his head in. And crush, kill, destroy, just like the bad robot from Lost in Space. No top 10 hit. Don't want no disco shit. Just want to have fun. 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 Fun.
Looks like they won it, Rich. Better go on.
There's a couple of Deep Purple songs I could do.
Bodies.
I only learned the chords last week. I don't know the words.
2 bodies, which just the first verse is great.
She was a girl from Birmingham. She just had an abortion. She was a case of insanity. Her name was Polly. She lived in a tree. Somebody never know.
You could go on for hours, but you've just got to stop somewhere.
We don't do that shit anymore.
Well, I bet you're wondering how I knew about your plans to make me blue with some other guy that you knew before. Out of the two of us guys, you know I loved you more. Took me by surprise, I must say, when I found out yesterday. Dear God, I heard it through the grapevine. Not much longer would you be mine. No, no, I heard it through the grapevine. And I'm just about to lose my mind. Honey, honey, but these tears I can't hold inside. Losing you was my life, you see, because you mean that much to me. You could have told me yourself that you love someone else. Instead, I heard it through the grapevine. Not much longer would you be mine. No, no, I heard it through the grapevine. And I'm just about to lose my mind. Honey, 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 I know that you're letting me go. You can't hide what I've seen, and you can't hide what I've heard, but I can't stand this being confused. So if it's true, you'd better tell me, dear. Do you plan to let me go for the other guy you loved before? Dear God, I heard it through the grapevine. Not much longer would you be mine. No, no, I heard
what you're heading for.
You people should know as well as we do. That's a gin commercial. A gin commercial. When are we going to grow up, people?
No answers. You know, we were coming back from Sydney a short time ago, and we got a lift. We hitchhiked for the first time in our entire busking career. We hitchhiked, and we got picked up by this VW. And as soon as we got in, I smelled a rat, and I found the thing under my seat. It's trouble here. And there were two guys in the front seat, and they both had long hair, and the car was stank and was full of insects. From this, I could deduce we were in a car full of hippies. And we were quite right. We hate hippies. We have a philosophy about hippies. I reckon hippies are scum. Our philosophy is basically, Paul, you can answer this. How do you pick a hippie in a crowd, Paul?
You walk up and you smash its fucking head in.
Yeah. No, we just hate hippies, we loathe hippies, we think they're really dreadful people, don't we?
Oh yeah, there was, like, these guys you get in the car and one of them had a Friends of the Earth t-shirt on. I mean, how mega daggy can you get? What are you fucking, you meant to run around like this?
And the Pope is coming on the tarmac. Going towards the tarmac. To go home.
This one in the Friends of the Earth t-shirt, he said, you know, a great man said something to me, Paul, and I think you should take this into your soul and listen to what it says to you as a person and get your own meaning from it. The man's name was Ashram Symbolist. His son was the only Buddhist FBI agent. He said, never sleep with Mother Earth. She always soils the bed. Think on it.
Thanks, Paul. That's vibrating with my soul right now. Yeah, so we worked out these people were hippies. One of them turned around to me and he said, because we were talking, he said, oh yeah, listen, I reckon that nuclear weapons are really bad for children, flowers and trees and all beautiful living things. And I then thought and I said, oh, I'm scared. And I tried to explain to him, and next time someone tells you we should ban the bomb, you explain to them that if we take away nuclear weapons, if we ban the bomb, that removes our final chance of wiping the Americans off the face of the earth once and for all. Yes.
Don't yelp like that, man. Now that, people, is a racist joke. Huh?
Well, we didn't tell him.
Go home, you stupid Kiwi shithead.
Yeah, so far you've counted to 3 and stated the obvious. You're doing well tonight. From this on to much better things, probably building blocks. Kindergarten.
I wouldn't push it. I know this guy, I really wouldn't. He's giggling very so.
No one has ever loved this man. Was not even loved by his mother. His mother didn't give a shit about him when he was born. His mother hated him so much she used to give him to the next door neighbour to breastfeed. And the next door neighbour was a man. That's why when he's always kissing, he's always trying to find that fucking elusive nipple. Go on.
Hippies, 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 hippies. And you're not fooling anybody this evening with the short hair. I don't know, I really find hippies very irritating. This sort of left-wing attitude that we should all share things, and people who sell the socialist worker, you know, let's all become communists. I'd like to know if there are people here this evening who buy socialist worker, who sell socialist worker. Would you rather be in East Berlin this evening? Would you honestly rather be in East Berlin sitting in a cold little cafe where I couldn't say, Gorbachev is a cocksucker? You wouldn't be able to hear those words in East Berlin this evening. Anyway, going right on now. A little bit of right-wing political content. There's a great man who used to be a hippie who is no longer a hippie, who is now a member of a band which contains George Harrison, Roy Orbison, basically the rock and roll musician world is getting its shit together. His name is, of course, Mr. Bob Dylan.
We'd like now to do Bob's most beautiful song. song called Sarah, a song he wrote for his wife. Shortly after she heard this, she dropped him like a ton of bricks. I laid on the dune, I looked at the sky, when the children were bed. I laid on the hill, I saw you go stand, I saw you go back. You will always look low, still within reach. Sarah, Sarah, sweet virgin angel, sweet lover of my love. Sarah, Sarah, radiant jewel, mystical one. Skip the next 17 verses because they're shit. I can still hear the sound of those Methodist bells. I have taken the cure and it's just gotten through. Gone staying up for days in a Chelsea hotel, right inside I lay of the lowlands for you. Sarah, Sarah, sweet virgin angel, sweet lover of my life.
We need bongos.
Sarah, Sarah, loving you is one thing I'll never regret. I think we got it in the end there.
It's our last night, respectively.
It's too much, too big.
It's too wild, Paul, but I reckon they can handle it tonight.
Okay,
I mean, do it for me anyway.
Yep. This is going to bring back a lot of happy memories for a lot of people in the room. This is the first joke we ever did on this stage, and it's become a classic in the history of this pub. And about a week ago, when I was down in Merimbula with a friend in the audience, I heard two 6-year-old kids telling each other this joke on the beach. I mean, that's the power of comedy in this world today. And now, I'd like to bring that joke back home to its birthplace right here and share it. Probably the most famous joke ever to come out of it. It's entitled If I Was a Carpenter. It's taken from the beautiful song that John Swan covered about 4 years ago. John Swan, you may remember him, he's an incredibly ugly man. If I were a carpenter.
You can join in with hand movements if you know the joke.
If I were a carpenter and you were a lady, would you marry me anyway and let me lathe your baby? Oh God, someone get the blood off my goggles. Ah!
Oh, come on, a bit of respect for an old joke, please.
That is a classic.
Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks for nothing. There you have said it. Now look at this.
Hey, Ann, play with the effects machine.
Didn't have it.
Oh, don't you have it?
No.
Cocksucker! Motherfucker! Motherfucker! Your mother sucks cocks in hell! Fuck me! Fuck me! I don't use my city's Posturepedic bed anymore. Fuck my neck.
I was watching The Exorcist a couple of weeks ago in the cinema. I went down to Valhalla, it was on late night, and I watched it because I just love that film, and it scares the shit out of me every time I see it. And then it was on TV, and they actually put it on TV late night, and I was watching it, and you know where Linda Blair says, "Your mother sucks cocks in hell." They actually changed it to, "Your mother plays tennis in hell." I thought, what a wimp out. When she says, "Fuck me, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me," I changed it to "touch me, touch me." And I just thought, no, I mean, say the C word. Let's really get clever. Bit of sharing this evening, Paul.
Here's another one. Try and guess the film.
Use the force, Luke. Use the force.
Divide the audience down the middle into two different halves, two different teams on either side of my arm. Please make a clean divide here.
Let's get happy.
One side, or the other. Clean divide, two teams, two houses. Just like in school. Just a clean divide happening here.
Is that too much
To separate one another, we're going to take on different teams here and play off against one another. You won't
All
like
these young people here, you should be home rooting. You shouldn't be watching comedy. Go home and do it, for Christ's sake.
God almighty, doesn't anybody fuck anymore? I thought you... No. I thought you just... Yeah, snorkeling. Okay, now we have 2 teams. Have you heard about snorkeling? You shave your head and belting. There's a team over here, and you're a pack of dickheads, right? The team over here, you know what belting means. And we're the nicest, most intelligent, and the only people who know what filch means in the entire room. Yes?
No.
Oh, very good.
There's a man being an ambulance. Oh, we get all the nuts in.
Now we have a name team. The name of our team is the Kookaburra team. Yes! Oh, come on, you sound like you're on a bus tour. Yeah. I said yes! Yes! Okay, now we're a Kookaburra team. Let's make the sound of a Kookaburra. Go! Oh, we just don't care, do we? Not anymore.
Load of shit, people. Okay, everyone on this side of the room, we are smaller in number, I've noticed, but we are more defined and more powerful. Who was that directed to in particular, or just the world?
I think that was Philby. Listen, if you'd like to come over here and join Burgess and McLean, you'll sing for me.
Our team, people, is powerful. We are proud and virile and potent. We are the Emu team.
Bullshit. Comment. Bullshit. Good comment.
Okay, people, let's all make the sound of an emu. All right, fuck that off and let's go for hand gesture.
Hand gesture, emus. I don't think that's funny.
That's great. There's a girl down the front there doing an emu on smack. Where's my pouch? Where's my pouch?
Okay, emus, we have a war cry, and the war cry goes, emu, emu, oi, oi, oi. I want you to say that with power, with real passion. I would like to see little tears of emu pride dripping down your cheek as you say, 1, 2, 3. Emu, emu, oi, oi, oi.
How juvenile.
Orgasmic release, isn't it?
Well, Kookaburras, I think we can do better than that, can we not? Yeah! Oh, come here, sound like you're on the bloody Sydney Harbourside tour. I said, can we not? Yes! Very good. Let's keep it monosyllabic and simple. Here we have a war cry. Our war cry is Kookaburra, Kookaburra. And when the Kookaburras go, we squidge our butts just a little bit. We won't have a dry seat in the house after this. Here we go. Now, 1, 2, 3. Kookaburra, Kookaburra. Whoa. Now spit on them. Hey, you got Memento. I'll tell you in the scene. We're going to rock and roll tonight, Prince. Patrick. Hi. 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 Rock and roll. Hey. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Hey. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Hey. Rock and roll. Rock and roll.
Okay, you can change slow hands, that's fucking simple.
Rock and roll. Hey. Rock and roll. Wait, I warned you. Hey. Where's Phil? Rock and roll. Hey, Kookaburras, wave your arms, wave your arms. With your fire. I gotta say the name of the man, and the man is Johnny Osmond. Johnny, you know he's a Mormon? Can't believe it. Johnny, that means he doesn't put out. Johnny, yeah.
Okay, everyone on the Emu team,
Johnny.
let's take some artistic merit.
Change arms. Johnny, wake up, wake up. Johnny, wake up, wake up. Johnny, wake up, wake up. More passion and pride in you. Wake up, wake up. Johnny, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up. We stop. You get going there for the Kookaburras are the winners, yeah? Oh, poor old emus. No one's going to want to kiss you later on with your eyeballs pointing that way. Now, I do not approve of competition normally, but I fucking love winning, don't you?
We just got one something to do now. What we'd like you to do is just to reach out and hold the person beside you. Hold their hand, put your arm around their shoulder, anything. I don't care if they're ugly, stupid. Just reach out and establish body contact with that someone special sitting beside you. Can you just do that for me, please?
No one's going to think you're straight. No, that's all over now. Now it's just people rooting generally. Every person for themselves.
Everyone, quickly, it's fucking drill.
That's
Fucking
all.
hold each other, you stupid fucking bunch of...
Come on, scum, love another for once. That boy there, touch Patrick. Touch Patrick, that boy. That boy there, touch that girl. Touch that girl. Sorry, boy. Let that be a lesson to you. There's a great furry Freak Brothers comic. Have you seen that where this guy's sent into the comic where there's this guy walking has got really long hair and this man walks past and says, I can tell if it's a boy or a girl. He turns around and says, why don't you suck my cock and find out?
I think it's him.
Yeah. I didn't write that. So you're all touching, all squeezing. That's the way.
That's a recessive gene.
Everybody squeeze now, and the count of three, have a little orgasm. 1, 2, 3, squeeze. Just one orgasm that correct. I don't think it's shit me on the wall.
I'd just like everyone now to try and imagine that you're sitting at home with your families and your favourite program comes on the television set. Earlier this evening, you're sitting there watching telly. The dog lets out that little imperceptible fart.
When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. When you wish
Sing along if you want.
upon a star, just dreamers do. Close your eyes and count to 10. Hold your breath and find a friend. Upon a star, your dreams come true.
We're the dugout for the All-Stars. Thank you. Good night, Chris. I love playing the video. Okay, everyone.
Does there anyone here tonight remember the king of rock and roll, Mr. Elvis Presley?
Hey, you shouldn't say no, because every time you say you don't believe in an Elvis dies. That's a horrible thing to say. While we're on the track, in 1973, in a small flea-bitten hotel in southern Memphis, northern Tennessee, eastern Mozambique, a huge, big, fat, gut, blubbering white man by the name of Elvis Bloke-Face Tubby QE2 Spanish Armada Presley, fatty to his friends, stood up somehow and crawled over to his bed, upon which was placed a lemon, strawberry, Valium and Priscilla thick shake. And Elvis Presley injected that thick shake, floating to his friends, into his left tongue, glass and all. That night, Elvis Presley, Tubby to his neighbours, died of a terrible cardiac arrest. With him he took a lot of our dreams, he took a lot of our hopes, he took a lot of drugs and food. Elvis Presley. He was big in the 50s, he was bigger in the 60s, he was bloody enormous in the 70s. And I, for one, am very glad that he's a rocking corpse with no glasses.
Hey, Priscilla, got more Hershey's.
I was looking for the cemetery late last night when I saw a ghost who was out of sight. He said, down in the break up, there's a party going on. Get down, get down. 6 feet, sing a spiritual song. Everyone's invited, he would be delighted. Your favorite caution came along. You don't move your arms and you don't move your legs. You just do the dead Elvis. You can grab your pelvis just to dance out the day. Come on and do the dead Elvis. You
I had a dream last night, people. And in that dream, I saw Jimi Hendrix. Do you remember Jimi Hendrix? Yeah. Drowned in his own vomit when he discovered he couldn't freestyle through it. And Jimi Hendrix offered me something in that dream. He offered me an egg. And I took that egg from Jimmy, and I cracked open the top of that egg. And there, inside that egg, was a snail. A snail with the face of Elvis Presley. And that little Elvis-headed snail looked at me and said, Paul, I'm not dead, I'm alive. You know, a lot of people have been saying I'm alive and well and living in Kalamazoo, but that's not true, Paul. And a lot of people have been saying I'm alive and well and living in old Calcutta, but that's not true. And a lot of people have been saying I'm alive and well and living in Kew, but that's not true, Paul. Because no one really lives in Kew. I'll bet you're lost tonight in that hole in the ground. Oh, chef, so sugar, Fanny, pissed on your crown. No one's crying in the chapel, we're wise. Get here! There's some pretty heavy shit going down. You're it. Briscoe was delighted. Bellows was invited. Run at your corpse and kick your dog. You don't move your arms and you don't move your legs. You just do the dead Elvis. Ashes, you don't grind your bellows in the dance of the day. Come on and do the dead Elvis. Was a terrible day. You had your cardiac arrest. They tried to find your heart but couldn't cut through the flesh. You can't people Las Vegas when there's no people left. Come on and do the dead Elvis.
You're dead!
So we don't have anything else worked out. Oh, by the way, we're doing a TV show with Wendy Harper and the Swinging Sidewalks for the ABC, and if you want to come along to our pilot and cheer and make us actually look like we could have got the talent in this two-bit town, and there's a telephone number just outside the door, and you get a free ticket and free alcohol and free us and Wendy and the Swinging Sidewalks, and we do the cocksucker joke. Yeah. What is your name? Because we're going to need that for the...
I could give you a visual of it later, mate.
And I'll watch.
Yeah, so if you want to come and see us for free, and Circus will be doing their entire show for it as well. Oh, just a little deal there. They'll be doing all their juggling for the kids and everything. It's great.
Yeah, we know you'll agree.
And everyone can all thank Anthony Morgan again for his wonderful piece of
Anthony
music.
Morgan!
He's genius.
What do you want us to do? A request?
Okay, request time, here we go.
I've got an idea.
No, fuck up. Abba, get fucked. Get fucked. Girls mine, no, get fucked.
Grapevine!
Get fucked. It's been done.
My Sharona!
Get fucked.
Natural woman!
Get fucked.
Get fucked.
Sing something with Anthony! Venice! How about... Can't John Wayne.
Billy, that's easy, no?
Yeah, Billy!
Okay, what have we got? Middle class Billy.
No, middle class.
No, middle class Billy.
No.
Now, come on, something decent. Give us something we haven't done before.
Venice!
Lord, won't you buy me a big freezer, make me come alive again? It's so true. We'll do, Billy, what the hell.
Okay.
This is the last song we're doing in Patrick's for quite a while. I don't forget there's some huge big gigs coming up with everybody who's ever performed in Patrick's. It's going to be playing here, everybody, from us to everybody in the entire universe who's ever been on this stage.
Oh,
like Anthony Morgan,
like-
people just like him. People just like everybody who's ever been on this stage will be performing here.
Okay, that's in January, isn't it? January?
Yeah, that's in January.
Okay. Okay.
How does it go?
I do funny things.
Crazy song about crazy Asian woman. Marching band down along Main Street, the soldier comes skirmish behind. I looked across and there I saw Billy.
Hi, Billy.
Waiting to go and join the line.
I'm going to
saw she was crying, and through her tears I heard her say,
Billy, I love you so much, Billy. Please have my baby. It could be so good for both of us. We could go live outside some little village.
Sing the chorus, will you bag of brains?
Bing, 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 bing.
Billy, don't be a hero, don't be a fool in your life. Billy, don't be a hero, come back and make me your wife.
and as Billy started to go, she said,
Keep your pretty head low, whoa, Billy, come back to me.
the soldier blues were trapped on a hillside, till the battle raging all around.
Click, click.
The sergeant said, we've got to hang on, boys. We've got to hold this piece of ground. Hold it, boys. I need a volunteer to ride up and bring us back some extra men. And Billy's hands was up in a moment, forgetting all the words she said.
Billy, don't be a hero, don't be a fool with your life. Billy, don't be a hero, come back and make me your wife.
Take Richard.
Get fucked, no way.
And as Billy started to go, she said,
Where did Billy's head go? Whoa, Billy, don't be a hero, come back to me.
Here, Connie, bring back those pandas.
Wham, 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 wham.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
My God, I can't believe we did this. My God, I had no idea what was happening. Just suddenly there was blood everywhere, and this voice saying, medic, medic, medic. And then I heard it, the sound of the choppers. Chopper, 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 chopper. And then Vic Moreau's head went. The average IQ of the fighting soldier in Vietnam was 19. No, 19. 19. No,